Today is November the 11th, 2015. I'm standing in a community called Zion. It's a small community in Ontario, and this is an area where Line 9 passes. I'm going to take you on a quick little tour. Where this area is basically an outwash moraine system, obviously formed by the glaciers that form the Oak Ridges moraine as well as the Waterloo moraine. Over here on the top of the hill, they are capable of growing this rich corn farmland because there's so much water in the area. Over here we have obviously the location of where Line 9 is crossing the cornfields. Here's the sign for Enbridge. You can see high pressure pipeline. This is where Line 9 crosses. When I take you down here, here's a little device called Interprovincial Pipeline on it. That was the original owner and still the permit holder of the current Line 9 CPCN certificate. You can see here, even on this device, there's some form of cracking that has damaged this thing. Yeah, I can't really move it or anything, but it's flaked or it has aged, and that is above ground. You can imagine what's happening underground. The curious thing about this location is when you go across the street here, I'll take you there, you start to see a lot of testing stakes. It looks like hydrology is a bit of an issue. I see test sticks that state Enbridge L9. So Line 9, it looks like there's some kind of hydrological study taking place currently. And on the back you see these orange painted fence posts. And just to give you an assessment of how moist this land is, this wood is rotting. Over here you can see kind of mold, mildew, decay. Even the fence posts are breaking down because of the moisture in the soil. So you can imagine how appropriate it would be to put a high pressure pipeline in a location like this. But when you look across the fence on this side, I'm still on the public property, I will show you that there's a lot of hydrological testing going on all over this area. I'll pan slowly so that you can see the number of test stakes. The number of test stakes in this area is pretty extreme. There's a lot of attention being paid to at this location when it comes to water issues. A lot of hydrological testing. I suspect strongly this is an outwash moraine system. I also am concerned about the pipes shifting or sinking in this area due to the nature of the soil. This isn't an even distribution of sediment as you would have along a shoreline of Lake Ontario or something. What we have here is a mishmash of sediment types, peat bogs and lush soil. I mean, the reason they're able to grow corn is due to the moisture. So you can figure, is this an appropriate place for the pipe? In my view, no. I'm very concerned about the pipe being on land like this. The reason it was called Zion is because these kind of land features were targeted by Mennonites and other religious groups who found areas like this mimic the description of the Promised Land as marked in Deuteronomy. Chapter 11, verse 10 to 17, talks about the lands, talks about the hills that drink the water. Okay, whose water supply is being provided here? Is it for the folks downstream along Toronto and the GTA? Whose water supply is at risk as a result of this kind of activity? Do we want our southern Ontario water supplies at risk by this kind of activity? That's a question we need to ask.